I was reading through some New Year's quotes the other day. It's interesting what comes to some people's minds when they approach January 1st. Listen to a few of these. My New Year's resolution is to break resolutions. That way, I know I'll keep mine. My New Year's resolution is not to accomplish anything important this year. I want to keep my streak going. I was going to quit all my bad habits in 2018, but then I remembered that no one likes a quitter. This year, I resolved to read more. I will accomplish this by putting subtitles on my TV screen. This year, I resolved to help all my friends gain 10 pounds so that I will look thinner. Well, it's good to keep our sense of humor as we approach a new year. In these days, that in and of itself can be an accomplishment. It's also good to keep or develop an outlook that is positive, whether or not it's humorous. Sometimes thinking positively is not easy. I get that. 2017 was not exactly a banner year for us. The severe storms that brought so much devastation linger in our minds, as does the deep political division that has made us anything but one nation under God. Then there are the scandals and the shootings and the widening gap between the haves and the have-nots, and racism and ageism and countless other isms. You cannot imagine how many people in 2017 told me that they had quit watching television news because our world and nation have become so depressing they just can't take hearing about it on a daily basis. But isn't that exactly when we need a positive outlook, a perspective of hope as we face a new 12 months? That's what Edith Lovejoy Pierce was getting at when she said, "We will open the book. Its pages are blank. We are going to put words on them ourselves." The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. So, how do we write a better book this year than last? I think we do a few things. First, we look for goodness and share that news. I'm convinced there is more good than evil in the world, and that the good and decent and moral people still outweigh the villains by a long shot. Look for goodness in others around you, and when you find it, share it. Tell others the stories of love-driven people who provide hope and healing and happiness in their communities and workplaces. The more of those stories we hear, the more inspired we will become to make that our own story. Second, stand up and speak out. Evil exists not because of its proponents, but because of quiet or apathetic opponents. Good people who oppose evil in theory, but do nothing in practice. Martin Luther King said that the greatest tragedy is not the strident clamor of bad people, but the appalling silence of good people. Write letters to your editors. Call your congressmen and senators. Volunteer with a community agency. Tutor at a school. Help at a habitat build. Cast your vote. Do not sit idly by allowing others to determine what sort of world you'll live in. Stand up, speak out, make a difference. Finally, have faith. Seriously. Remember that the world and its future is not in your hands or on your shoulders. Recognize and contribute to that which is good, identify and oppose that which is bad, but then trust that God is still in control. And God can make right anything which the world makes wrong. God has a plan in mind for you. God's will for you is bright, blessed, and beautiful. Remember and lean on the verse from Jeremiah. I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. If you are looking for the right road to travel in 2018, let faith be your GPS. As long as I am breathing, wrote Chris Jamie, In my eyes, I am just beginning. There's a good quote for the new year. Make it a new beginning. The first step on a pilgrimage to happiness and wholeness. That is my prayer for you and for us all. I'll see you next month.